Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I finally have a candy table treat video for you guys because I know this is your favorite. So we're gonna get started. But first, if you are not subscribed, I would greatly appreciate it if you do. Please like, comment, share, all that good stuff. It will truly help out my channel. So let's get started with the first and the very most easiest candy treat table. And I actually got this off of Pinterest, and Pinterest is like my life. But anyways, it's just these butterflies, and I just taped on some sweeties right on top of those butterflies, and that's going to be on the actual throughout the whole table. By the way guys, if you want to see how it all turned out, just wait until the end of the video. You'll see a little clip of the final video I will have of this butterfly themed table treat in a couple weeks. And then the next video will be some DIYs, and then the final one will be the how I decorated the table. So I hope you guys stay around and subscribe. So that's pretty much it for this candy table treat. Alright guys, so for the second treat, I am doing some Pretzel Rods. I've done this before on my channel, and as simple as that. All you have to do is melt some chocolate for defrost for 30 seconds. If you need to melt it more, it's just like 10 to 15 seconds after that. I did put food coloring because I realized that this chocolate is the only chocolate that does not give me any trouble. However, it does not come in different colors, so I needed to use some food coloring. So if you guys could see it there, I don't know how to pronounce that chocolate name, Gardella. I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's like the best chocolate I've had so far when it comes to melting, and it does not give me any trouble. So what you see me here doing is just dipping it in the chocolate, dabbing it off so the excess chocolate could come off, and then just line it up on either parchment paper or aluminum foil. That's what I have now. I am eventually going to add some sprinkles onto it later, but these set I just wanted to have like a drizzle of white chocolate, which I put white chocolate melted already into that little container in the corner with the red top. It's super easy doing it that way, and it's like the easiest thing ever. And they are actually found at the Dollar Tree. You see how easy that is? Oh my goodness. The very first time I did the candy table treats, I don't know how I did it. I think I did it with a fork, and it was a hot mess. But that's definitely something to have when you want to drizzle chocolate on there. It was super easy.
You say all the right things when I'm hurting. You always pick me up when I am down. It's like you have a spark that leaves me burning. Yeah, you just have your ways to get me high. You make all my dreams come true. It feels right when I'm around you. We could break up and then make up. I always come back to you. You move me in a way never thought anyone could. You get me high. You're my drug when I am feeling blue. Yeah, it's all you, 'cause you're the one. Yeah, the one. Yeah, you're the one. Yeah, the one. You touch me in a way that makes me shiver. Sometimes I can't believe that you are.
Alright guys, my third treat, I am making some cake pops. But before I make these cake pops, I got some fondant and I just spreaded it out. This is the first time working with fondant, so I didn't know how it really worked. But apparently it doesn't really get that hard, but it still worked out at the end. I think it came out amazing. So what you see me doing here is just spreading it out with a roller, and then I took some butterfly cookie cutters that I found at Michael's and just cookie cutted it out little shapes of butterflies. So these butterflies are actually going to be not stuck on, but I'm going to put them on the cake pops, and like I said, they came out pretty well. It is fondant, so it doesn't get as hard as I thought it would, but it still worked out, and everybody loved them.
Yeah, you're the one, babe. Yeah, you're the one.
this is when I start making the cake pops, and every single cake box has instructions and ingredients on the back of the box. So I don't necessarily need to tell you this part because it always comes. As you guys can see here, I am just mixing it all up and then pour it in the pan, and then I have to wait until it's fully baked. Alright, once it is fully baked, you just take all the cake and put it in a bowl, and you're just gonna mash it up. Not mash it up, but you just like crump it up. I don't know how to say the word, but you put frosting in it just little by little because you don't want it too wet, but you don't want it too dry. You just need the perfect amount. And this frosting I got from the Dollar Tree for just $1. You already know that's a good deal, but I ended up using the whole thing, and it was just the perfect amount. I did end up having a little bit extra from my last treat, which you guys will see eventually. So that's why I started off with some cake in the bowl, but I didn't want to waste that, so I ended up just adding in there. And then as you guys can see here, I am just keep adding some frosting, and then eventually you guys will see me roll some balls. I didn't get the full footage because I think at this point someone called me and I lost that footage. That's the problem of having to film on your phone. Eventually I'll have a camera, but right now I'm using my phone. But it's as simple as that. Just roll out balls as big, as small as you want, and then you go. Right now I melted some chocolate. I only melted it halfway because I want it as thick as possible. So that is what I did here. Just took some stick and dipped it into the chocolate and then stuck it in the cake pop like halfway, and then we're going to freeze or put it in the fridge for about 15 to 20 minutes until it's fully firmed out so we could do some dipping.
Calling me a mad woman, mad woman, mad woman. Calling me a mad woman, mad woman. No, I don't really care, I don't really care, yeah. 'Cause boy, it's none of your business.
So this is when we're going to start dipping, and I would suggest using a bigger bowl because it was not that deep enough where I put in the K-Pops completely. I had to use a spoon and pour over chocolate on it, but hey, that's how I did it. Don't know why, but but all I did here was take some chocolate, melted it at defrost for 30 seconds, and then another 15 seconds if it wasn't fully defrosted. I put some purple food coloring in the chocolate so it can get as purple as possible. I added some coconut oil so it could be a little bit more thinner, but don't add too much because you don't want it too thin. I think 1 tablespoon or half a tablespoon is just the perfect amount. I would do it step by step because, like I said, you don't want it too thin. So just do it one at a time. This chocolate was a little bit thicker than my other chocolate, so I added it a little bit more coconut oil. Also, I know someone asked me if it gives the chocolate coconut flavor. It does not, and if it does, it's probably barely anything, so don't worry about that. So right now I am just dipping and dabbing the excess chocolate off. I am not going to put any sprinkles on this one because I am going to add that butterfly shaped fondant in just a few minutes.
Another season we leave behind. Another story that's got me blind. God only.
So this is where I start putting the butterfly fondant right on the cake pop. As you guys see me here, I am taking a little bit of chocolate, adding it to the back, and then just sticking it on the cake pops. Also guys, I know you guys see the dogs in the background. Don't worry, those dogs are like really below. The hair is not gonna get nowhere. My hair ain't gonna get nowhere. I just wanted to state that before someone comments something about the dogs being in the kitchen. We don't lock our dogs up when we're at home, so we're not gonna lock them up when we are making anything in the kitchen. But as you can see, I'm doing it on the counter, so they were far away from the countertops. Don't worry about that. But as you guys could see me here doing, I am making some more cake batter. And like I stated before, all cake boxes or bags have directions and ingredients on the back of the box, so I'm not saying it now. I'm just letting you watch me make some cake. This is actually my last treat, and it was the most difficult treat. You guys will see the struggle in the video. I don't like sugarcoating anything. I let you guys know, like, and then I keep it as real as possible. This was pretty hard. I now know what not to do, and it's pretty much everything I did here was not to do it. But I wanted to show you guys these treats because, you know, towards the end it did come out pretty well. Not as what I wanted, but it was also the very first treat that was gone because everybody ate those up real quick.
You on my mind. I couldn't face what I couldn't find. Just need to know I need peace of mind. Where are you now? Even though I won't believe it, the truth is a lie.
All right, so this is where the struggle begins. Blings. I use some butterfly shaped cookie cutters, and I am cookie cuttering out, that's not even a word, out the cake. And this became such a hot mess. I know what I did wrong, and I needed to put the cake a little bit thinner, so I should have put half the cake mix into this pan and let it bake. It would have came out a lot better. I couldn't flip it over because I didn't put enough oil under it, so it didn't flip as good as I thought it would. Eventually I do end up taking it out the pan, but it still did not do as good as I thought it would. But like I stated before, these were the first treats to go and everybody loved them. So even though they didn't turn out as well as I wanted to, it was still a success at the end, so I'm very proud of myself. But like I said, I know what to do and not to do next time. But look at that one, came out pretty well. I did end up putting chocolate on top of it, and that's where you'll see another struggle because it didn't fully went down through the whole entire treat. Hey, this is what happens. This is life. Making treats isn't perfect, and I hope you guys understand that. Eventually I will actually do this again, but I think a better idea is using brownies because brownies are more firm. Problem with this cake mix, it was very fluffy and very moist. Oof, I don't like that word, but it was very fluffy and moist. So I think that was another issue. It wasn't stiff enough, but they still came out pretty well for being my very first time, even though I did not expect it to go this wrong. But hey, like I said, that's how things happen. One suggestion I have is that if you see where I'm putting the cakes at, it's actually on a sheet pan and then there's a rack right on top. That's for the chocolate. When I put the chocolate on top of the cakes, that it will drip down. It didn't drip down as great as I thought it would, but it was still decent enough for it to drip down enough where it doesn't have like an over spillage on the actual cake. And then I will let you guys enjoy the rest of this video. I am going to show you the outcome towards the end, so stick around and see the outcome. If you know, I would really appreciate it if you stick around. Also share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Let me just let you watch, and yeah.
We are healing, even though words are deceiving. You move on. 'Cause every time I try, yeah, every time I dream, there's always this big part of me wanna believe in what I see. If you can make me smile, if only should calm down, and that I'm overthinking everything about you, and that we're good the way we are. But I don't know that much about you, what things you like and what you don't. It's not that long since I met you for the first time. You know we should work it out. You know we should work it out. Before I'm too invested, I should probably ask you all my questions, get to know you better. Like, can you be trusted? Will you take me for granted? And will you let me down? I know I'm feeling something for you. The way you look, the way you laugh, and how you move. It kinda makes me go crazy. But we should take it slow, work things out so you don't let me go. When I come real close, I don't wanna get hurt, 'cause I'm not ready to give you my heart yet. Before I'm too invested, I should probably ask you all my questions, get to know you better. Like, can you be trusted? Will you take me for granted?
So it is coming towards the end of this video. You see how messy that is? But hey, that's how that's how I do. Anyways, just to let you guys know, I did wash my hands several times throughout all these treats, so don't worry about that. I will let you guys see the final outcome in just a few seconds, and I appreciate you guys staying until the end. There you go. Voila, how pretty. Okay guys, I will see you in the next video. Bye.